I'm ready now to welcome everybody to listen to Bush League.
Well, you're not ready.
Man,
the Bush League.
It's not
Thank you for listening.
Alright.
Just do Christopher Walken.
that's the intro.
By the noise right there, everybody. Welcome to Bush League Geek, our Star Wars show. So we're sitting here talking about the movie. We got the movie's coming up. We're gonna be there in line to watch
18 days.
18 days. We're jacked about it, so we want to talk about it. And first off, say I'm kind of excited to wait in line. At the same time, I'm not really excited.
That's why
I don't think it's going to be as bad as you think. Honestly. I mean, I might be wrong, but I think it'd be alright.
Whatever. It's going to be like Black Friday, us trying to get our seats.
I don't think people are going to be buying.
I'll punch a kid for Star Wars. Maybe not for a $10 steamer, but I'll punch a kid for Star Wars.
You heard that.
I don't think anyone's going to be in a violent mood. I think everyone's just going to be happy and they're ready to see it.
Yeah.
They're anxious. I don't think anyone's going to be like, yo, man, Star Wars coming out. Better move, son.
I think Chris is right. You're not going to get a lot of that.
Yeah. Everybody's
Yeah.
just ready for it. They just want to see it.
Is it okay to be like super excited? Like, remember that kid that we saw on Force Friday that was walking around?
Yes, it is okay to be that excited.
I have people at work that come up to me and it's like, "What? How many days? What's the countdown?" And I look at the time and I'll be like,
But are you
20
gonna
days,
be decked out?
3 hours.
There will be people in costume.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, there will be people in costumes.
I guarantee
Yeah.
you 501st.
They will be. I just don't know what theater they're working.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. Like I guess it's personal preference because everyone in this room wants to go do the IMAX 3D and everything, but then there's the real 3D that's coming out.
And Brooks likes the real D.
That's right. Brooks has told us that he prefers the real D.
You can't have the fake D.
There's no plastic.
Wait,
here.
what was your explanation? Now tell us why you prefer real D to IMAX. Do you remember? Because you Googled it. Because you Googled
No,
it.
he wanted to know. Kevin wanted to know the difference with the glasses because the real 3D only had the special edition glasses.
Because they paid
And he wanted to know
for that.
Yeah, he wanted to know the difference, and so I googled the difference.
That gave us that long scientific reason, and I was like, "That's some bullshit right there."
That's some Sean shit right there.
No shit.
Y'all knew that. Y'all knew coming from
You
me. That
looked
was like,
that
oh,
shit
So right through that, I didn't have time to type fast enough, and he copy pasted the shit.
But all right, so we've got that the standing in line. The 3D glasses. I mean, they're branding everything Star Wars now. BB-8's the new R2-D2, and that's
R2's in this movie too.
Yeah,
BB-8's a new droid.
It is a new
He's
droid.
not the new R2.
okay. He's the new fan. BB-8's the new fan favorite.
What?
I want to know how he can be a fan favorite when we don't even know what he does yet.
Yeah, but look at all the stuff. That's
He's
coming
cute,
out
man. He rolls around.
We don't know how awesome
He
he
talks
is.
to Ray, man.
I don't know how awesome he is.
You know what happened? Remember when R2, what had happened was that at some point, R2-D2 had, synced up with the Death Star. And,
so he's the offspring.
BB-8 was born.
That picture.
Oh, God.
But no, there's going to be the new stuff. Of course, you get the old cast in there. Harrison Ford.
Great.
Everyone's kind of stoked about that.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that because it's going to mold 2 different generations of not only Star Wars, but for everyone that's going to go.
I'm ecstatic to see Carrie Fisher in a movie. This was the last time she was
Right?
in a movie.
Jeez.
Was the last time
Jay and
Jay and Silent Bob? She was the
Jay
She
and
was
Silent
in. She was in some horror movie a few years back. As some sorority house. She was the mother, and I don't remember what it was.
Fat den mother.
Yeah, but I mean, how much work does she
Harsh
get?
words, man.
That's a
I'm ecstatic to see her in a movie. It's great.
Now here's my question that I asked today, and I want to talk about this since the movie's coming out.
Uh-oh.
If you're a Han Solo fan, if you like Star Wars just for Han Solo, light side or dark side?
I don't understand why this is such a difficult thing.
I don't understand why you don't understand.
Yeah.
Because it's just curiosity. Because he doesn't seem like he cares.
To be
But
honest,
he does.
Okay,
He does
when you first meet Han Solo, maybe it's a little questionable because he's like, I do whatever I need to do for money
stuff.
and all
I
that
see
stuff.
He's a scoundrel,
But he's
but
a
it's
good
always
person.
He's a good person, like
He's a good
Cody
person.
said.
He's out.
But he's a scoundrel.
He's out for himself.
And he's out for himself. Isn't that
But-
dark side
But
too?
No,
he does.
it's not.
He justifies the means. He does bad shit to do good.
He
So,
says
that's
he's
what
there.
A smuggler is.
He says he's out there for himself, but he's really not.
And I understand that. I
So
see
he's a Chester Catholic.
He's a what?
He's a Chester Catholic.
A Chester Catholic.
Yeah, he believes in God.
Yeah.
But he really only goes on Christmas and Easter.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like Lando. Lando would be the same way. Does his own thing.
Mm-hmm. What have we here?
But it's still when the shit hits the fan, it's going to be for the better of the galaxy, not for his own means.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to boil down to. And that's why we all say that Han Solo would definitely be straight light side. All the way. 100%.
So is this like pecan and pecan? Is it Han or Han?
All that matters is he shot first.
He shot first. I'm going to go ahead and get that out there.
Original theatrical release.
Yeah, original
VHS,
he did.
Shot first.
Because in the new remastered ones, they actually put in there both of them shooting at the same time and his head twitching.
He shot first.
Now, are they going to show, like, since he is an older guy, is he still going to be that kind of wisecracking kind of...
Yeah. I mean,
his character's always, even
I don't
at this
know,
point.
man.
Yeah,
Well, but in the trailer, you remember, he was like,
in the
all true.
movie,
He seems kind of like...
he almost died. Like the fucking Millennium Falcon, like fell on him on set.
I don't think he has the. I don't think he'll have the same attitude as he did in the original 3, but I'm pretty sure he will still be sarcastic.
Oh
Because
yeah.
the trailer
think
makes
he'll
it
be
seem
the
like he's
same.
seen...
I
Like,
think
you know,
he'll
he's
be
like that old Wolf Richard. Man, I've seen a lot, man.
Well, he's
you know, like,
seen-
he's
I
like,
think he's gonna be a leader.
He's
man.
almost
I think
lost
he
his
is.
mind
Well,
almost.
and he should be
Well, he
a
is
general
at the
this point.
end.
So.
I mean, he is like at the end of, the original Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
So,
You know,
that's who he is.
You do realize that they signed him for 3 years, and they don't expect him to be available for 3 movies, and they don't expect him to be available for all 3. Because he's 70.
He don't
He
look it.
still looks good though.
Yeah, he does.
still
He's
looks
in
good
great
for his
Actually,
age.
I don't know, man.
And
I saw the Jimmy Kimmel, and the way he looked at Jimmy Kimmel, I was like,
Compared to what he looked for in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, wow.
Yeah, that one he looked very rough.
But yeah,
Well, I'm just curious to see how Mark Hamill looks, right? Because have
If
you
he's
guys
even
seen
in
him
it.
in anything?
He is in it. He's
Have
in
you
the
guys not
trailer.
seen him in
Yeah.
any of the movies he's done?
He
And
looks
he
rough.
looks rough. Like
He didn't look
really
too bad
rough.
in.
There's this
Kingsman.
movie on Netflix,
Flash.
Sushi Girl.
I mean,
Have
that's
you guys
the
seen that movie?
Most recent thing he's
Sushi
been in.
Girl?
Yeah, it's called Sushi Girl. It's actually a really good movie. It makes sense.
He didn't look
If
bad
you-
in Flash, though.
But he's in that movie and God,
He's supposed to be
looks
coming
so
back, too.
rough, dude.
For
That's what-
Flash.
In Flash, I mean, that's the most recent thing he's been in. He didn't look too bad in
Well,
Flash.
in Star Wars, I think he's got the full-on beard going,
Yeah.
and he's gonna look aged because
Straight up Qui-Gon stuff.
yeah. I mean, he's supposed to be.
I mean, this is-
the Jedi Master.
This is from the set, or this is actually from Comic Con. That's what he's supposed to look like in. As
Yeah, so yeah, he's done good. Well, I knew he was like in the gym and all that stuff.
I'm actually just really interested in the new characters, especially because Finn being rumored to be Lando's son, and then
What?
So
Yeah, you haven't heard that?
No,
Come
but-
on,
Well, I mean, he's the
Listen,
only other
I
black
think
guy
that's a
in the
rumor.
I mean,
show.
I've seen the whole joke between
It's
him
a-
taking
yeah.
care of Leia, and then
That I
And
think
then
that's
Han being
just a
like, "You
joke
bastard."
because he's the only other black character.
in,
you
apparently in the
know,
entire Star Wars universe,
Or,
no black people.
or here just random be like, God damn this motherfucking Kylo Ren motherfucker!
all I know is the
I'm
girl.
tired of these motherfuckers.
Tired of these motherfucking shits on this damn Millennium Falcon!
The girl who's actually playing Rey, though, it's actually her very first film.
Yeah.
Well, and the
You know,
original
they
Star
say
Wars
that.
movies.
they say that, and then you do digging, and then you're like, oh, well, she was in like some
Well,
independent
first
straight-to-video
big movie.
movies.
Well, in the first Star Wars movies, the only person they cast that had any type of career before Star Wars was Harrison Ford, and he hadn't done much. He did American Graffiti,
Yeah.
and that was about it. I mean, you could tell he was going to be a star at that point, but no one else really had any kind of career
Well, I mean,
before
he
Star
was-
Wars.
He was working, wasn't he working on the set? And then somebody was like, here, read these lines. And they're like, oh, okay.
To me, that's what Star Wars movies should be. It's such a
I thought I
Big-
heard something where they said he was like changing a light bulb or
I'm
something.
Yeah, he
doing
was-
something, yeah.
He was not a janitor per se, but he was like an extra doing carpentry, something like that. But like the original Star Wars movies, everybody was new. When they did episodes 1, 2, and 3, they hired all of these big name people, and
Not
it didn't do well.
Anakin, good God.
How do you think J.J. Abrams is? I mean,
how's he gonna do?
You think it's gonna be?
I think he's gonna do right by it.
I think
he did a great job with Star Trek.
I think he will respect the originals
do not
enough
talk about
not
that rubbish
to go.
in this podcast.
Look, I'm just saying
Roll
that
with
he did a good job with it. I have no problem believing that he'll do a
When-
good job.
Well, but some people did have some of those other people. We're not gonna name them out of respect for Kevin, but they had a problem with some of those J.J. Abrams movies.
Well, when he was given the nod to direct this movie, he went to the Disney executives and said, I want to do this the old-fashioned way. I want to respect the material. And they said, yes, we'll give you one movie. Because this movie has a stupid budget. They won't even release the budget because it's a ridiculous number.
Because didn't they did
They did the old-fashioned way. They did props.
props and stuff? Yeah, they did props
Yeah, they
and
said
scenes.
they said they could actually watch this movie without editing.
Yeah.
It made
and like
sense.
get it. You know.
And to me, if J.J. Abrams is willing to go to that extent, he can't not respect the material, and he can't. I mean, yeah, of course the movie could be horrible, but none of us want that or believe that can happen at this point. But I truly believe that he went in with the right mindset and the right heart. He wanted to make this movie, he just didn't want to make money.
I think it's pretty cool that Simon Pegg's an extra.
Right. When they came out with that little 2-minute clip that gave you a tear to your eye.
Yeah.
And it had Simon Pegg half in a suit.
Yeah. So I would like to know what extra he's going to be, because he was just like, I don't give a shit.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
in it.
Yeah.
I'm in Star Wars.
He's like, I don't care. He's like, I don't care if I'm not a main character. He's like, I'm here. This is the greatest thing I've ever had.
He's got like sweat dripping all over.
Oh, that'd be me if I was a famous actor too. I'd be like, dude, I just want to be in it.
Yeah.
Like,
If they came,
That's me.
I will be the bartender. I don't
if they
care.
came to us right now, the 6 of us, and said, we want you to be some crappy little extras in the next Star Wars movie, we'd all be like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't care where I am, half a frame, I don't care.
I don't
You
care
see,
if I
what's that? I had to quit my job for 2 minutes of footage?
But you know what you can put on your resume?
Yeah.
I was in
Star Wars. Top of your resume.
What have you done with your life? Star Wars.
Star
Mic
Wars.
drop.
Mic drop.
So, this has been a topic of discussion many times. Me and Kevin, several of us in the chat. Kylo Ren. Who do we think he is?
I don't know. I think, based on what I know, I'm thinking that he may be as well.
Well, you know, there's 2 general
And he'll
rumors
be
online.
Ray's brother.
Yeah, and that's Kevin and I agree with that. Matt agrees with that. They're
I
playing the whole.
agree with it.
Everybody, all of us here. I don't know what Brooks thinks. Brooks isn't paying attention.
No, I am. No, he's because we said it before, and someone was like, "No, he can't be." Or
Well,
whatever.
everybody's like, and there's this big movement online that it's Luke, and you can't
that's dumb.
See, I don't think.
Luke.
I don't think Luke is Kylo Ren, but if there was a possibility of him being the dark side, I do believe he is one of the Ren.
Or the leader. If they're gonna go
Because-
that way, he should. He is.
My main
the
thing
leader.
is, if Kylo Ren is her brother, how did he go to the dark side? Like, what made him go to the dark side? For me, it would be someone who influenced him to go to the dark side, not being his godfather. His grandfather, but someone else that taught
the
him the
Order
ways.
of Ren pretty much idolizes Vader. They search the galaxy for relics of the helmet, his saber, all of that.
They
But
actually found it in Aftermath.
the reason I think that it's probably Han and Leia's kid and that Rey is the other sibling is at this point in the universe, this far along, you almost have to be a Skywalker or a Solo to have any access to Force anything. Yes, there's going to be people in the galaxy that have Force powers, but after the Purge,
How the hell are you?
So are
gonna
you
know?
saying that Finn and Lando, not Finn and Lando, Leia and Lando got it on?
Not-
Apparently.
not Leia,
Leia
and-
Skywalker. You just said Skywalker had the Force.
or a
I'm just messing with you.
Solo. Han and Leia are married. You do realize
Yeah, I know,
that, right?
but it could have happened before. It could have happened.
I mean, these hoes ain't loyal.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but isn't, like, supposedly the leader of the Rens, isn't it Snoke? who is Supreme Leader Snoke? Isn't he
No.
supposed to be like
That's
the leader
what I
or
want to know. I
something?
want to know who Supreme
Yeah.
Leader Snoke is and what his role is with Kylo Ren.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
that
I'm
almost
trying to figure
seems
out.
like the whole like Master and Apprentice thing.
Yeah, because he's being played by Andy Serkis, and that's actually the voice we hear in the trailer. That's talking about.
Awakening.
Yeah, that's who's speaking.
Yeah.
So
Everyone
I'm
thought
just
that
trying to
would
figure
be
out the
on there
relation
first.
with all that.
I can't answer that question.
Well,
I don't know.
to be honest, I don't know yet, and because I've read Aftermath,
I
and
read
they,
most of it, but yeah.
they mentioned the Order of Ren like 5 minutes, and that was it.
Now, y'all have read the books. This is going to be one of those things like when you walk out of the movie, like, we didn't go through the book.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Are they gonna have a hint of
Well,
things
no, because
where kind
they
of
didn't have
like
the
the
book.
end of the Avengers when everybody that actually read the comics was like, "Oh shit!"
Well, here's
Or
the,
like
that was
Iron Man
the,
3.
That was the gauntlet.
Remember Iron Man 3? Though?
Yes.
here's the thing about that. When Disney bought Lucasfilms,
Books went
all the
up.
books went away. The only stuff that stayed were all of the movies that we have, the Clone Wars TV series, and Rebels. Everything else, all the games.
And Boba Fett lives.
Well, okay.
Did you see the? Did you see
that
the
is
whole
true.
theory behind there actually being yet another? They're calling this one a galaxy destroyer as opposed to being like the Death Star, where the Death Star was like a planet destroyer.
Mhm.
Apparently, they're making an even bigger one for this
Wouldn't
movie.
surprise
To be
me
the
at
base.
all.
But seriously, what do they just think? Third time's a charm?
What?
Well, at that
Or
point,
they
I
cover
think
the
you
whole
just turn a
side.
planet into
Maybe.
a weapon.
A piece of
Oh,
plywood over it.
the Corellians did.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
had
What was it, Planet Forge or some shit?
when you had Sun Crusher.
Yes.
I mean, there was a ship in the books, which is all legacy canon now, that could implode a sun and destroy a galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And it wasn't a large thing, but I mean, it had the ability to destroy an entire galaxy because it could put out its sun.
I just want to know where they get all the materials to make these bases.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like.
There's
It's like,
like, I just
all
think-
these all the different ships, and they're all obviously some sort of material that has to be mined from some place.
There is
It's like an entire
I think we didn't
planet.
get everything for the Death Star.
To go-
It's the size of the moon.
to
Like,
delve back into the books again. In some of the old video games, there are the Empire does have machinery that they can sit on planets and just eat
Suck
everything.
the metal out
They
of
just
it,
suck everything out of the planet and leave it an empty husk.
which would be fine because I know there's millions upon millions upon millions of planets out there that are just material.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And you in a lot of the books, Luke will come across planets that are just dead.
But I think that's where you differentiate between like your 13-year-old mind and your 30-year-old mind. Like your 13-year-old mind is like, that's so awesome.
It's like,
It's so big.
how did
That's
they-
no moon.
Like, how did they build this?
And now-
Yeah, 30
now
years
you're
old.
like, logistically, how would that work?
or like the
you
Clerks
get
argument, like
everything?
what happens to all like the subcontractors and stuff that were on the
Right.
Death Star? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
They
like
had,
that whole
to, so they
discussion.
had to sign non-disclosure agreements. like we knew they were going to destroy a planet, we just couldn't tell anybody.
But yeah,
Like Alderaan saw that coming. We built that.
Just,
yeah.
Oh,
pretty
you should
much.
be punished too.
there's a gag order issue.
They're all dead now, so it doesn't matter. Well, and with the Emperor, you have the ultimate gag order anyway. He hears you talking about it, he's just going to choke you.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I know we had talked about this, and it's a little, but I'm really glad that they let that dude watch the movie before he moved on.
I am too.
Yeah.
And
That was a super cool move.
that's more Lucasfilm than Disney, because Disney's been put in that position before and not let that happen. And I know Mark Hamill jumped on that ship to make that happen. But it's a great thing that they
Pun
did.
intended.
Absolutely.
Because it was what 2 weeks or a month after he watched it.
Not even
2
a
weeks.
month.
Not
It
even
was
that.
like,
Like
yeah.
the next week.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
that quick.
It's almost like he would just went,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I'm
Faded-
it's static.
Faded
Yeah.
into the Force.
I'm absolutely happy that he got to see that, and I hope that Lucasfilms goes so far as to even reference that in the credits because it deserves to be referenced.
Yeah.
What I'm curious about is I want to know what version of the film he saw.
It was supposed to be
Unedited.
unedited.
Unedited,
but
yeah.
did they give him a different ending? Because they've done that before, even with the original Star Wars movies. There were like 3 people who knew Vader was Luke's father before it actually hit the theater, because they were afraid the cast was going to let it out. They actually shot like 4 different scenes
Well, I'm
with different
sure-
dialogue.
No.
I'm sure they had him sign something.
Well,
and
his wife watched
and
it
just
too.
did she watch
Yes,
it?
she
Because
did.
when she released it, she that statement she said he just watched it. So I was under the impression that maybe he
My
watched it by
understanding is
himself.
that she got to watch it too.
But yeah, they probably had to sign
Well, you
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
NDAs and all
Probably had
that.
to sound the same thing the actors had to sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NDAs are great and all, but people talk.
I don't think I could do it.
I
I would
wouldn't
get
do it.
drunk and be like, "Oh my god, y'all don't know
And this
what
is
just happened."
Disney we're
I feel
talking
like
about,
it was-
man. They
yeah,
probably got
anyway.
bugs in the house.
It
Well,
was.
they wouldn't
Disney's
even,
got bugs in the house. The phone lines are
they
tapped.
wouldn't even let them use their own TV. They could not use their
They
own
brought
TV
their own-
or DVD player. They had to. Disney brought their own projection equipment. He didn't watch it on a TV screen. He
It's-
watched it on a projector.
That's serious.
It's actually really funny because on the Jimmy Kimmel thing, they talked about the secrecy and stuff, and how some of them still hasn't even really told anyone until it was publicly announced online and stuff that they were in the movie. But they were talking about with their scripts, they were not allowed to take their scripts home.
Yeah.
When they had to show up on set and memorize their lines right then and there, and then go do it because there was no reading your scripts at home or studying or nothing like that.
The only exceptions to that will be the original cast. Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Han Solo, they'd all been allowed to take their stuff home because they
Yeah.
can be trusted with it. They know this.
And it was funny because Jimmy Kimmel asked one of the actors a question, and he just looked at he looked at JJ and like, I don't think I could really say anything about that.
Well, and they even went to such extents, and they've always done this. If they didn't need to be on set together, they weren't. So they didn't see the scenes that
Yeah.
they're not in.
Yeah, because they were talking about the one cast photo that got leaked and then became official when they were all finally doing a script reading. They've been there for a good couple months, but they never saw each other.
Yeah, they go.
And that was the
great
very
lengths
first time that
for
they were actually able to
What
sit
network is
together.
Jimmy Kimmel on?
ABC?
ABC's owned by
Disney.
Disney,
He's
isn't it?
ABC.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that is true because they had Avengers
Because
on
they
there
had
too.
they had
Oh, he-
they had the
yeah.
Captain
All the
America
Star
reveal.
Wars.
Yeah.
This is Star Wars week for Jimmy Fallon. Like Harrison Ford's going to be on, like I think tomorrow.
Wait, Jimmy
And
Fallon
then
or Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Fallon, like he's going to have
Fallon's
his
on NBC, I think.
yeah, he's gonna have his own
They're all
week
on
and
those
stuff.
same people, I'm sure.
But they're
Well, and they'll make their rounds on
Yeah,
all the shows
they're-
here real
yeah.
soon.
Somebody fucked
Just
up.
seems like Jimmy Kimmel's making out like
Oh.
gangbusters right
Hell
now.
yeah, dude.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, I
Jimmy
bet
Fallon
his
had the
sponsors
whole
are
cast
loving
at
him
one
right
time.
now.
Oh, okay.
I think Jimmy Kimmel had the whole cast at one time. I think Jimmy Fallon's like breaking them up.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's
For
the
individual
Disney
nights.
influence there.
Yeah.
So did the trailer do it justice? Like,
What
did
does
did
the trailer do it
okay,
justice?
Not justice, but did the trailer
There's
get
newer
you?
ones out now.
Like, did the trailer
Dude,
get
all
you
of them
TV
excited?
spots.
All of them make me kind of.
The
Man.
the very first time I saw a trailer or the trailer when it launched, it was Goosebumps.
Yeah, the
100%.
trailer.
That
Yes.
very
I'm getting
first trailer.
goosebumps just
Oh,
talking
that
about
slow,
It's like
Yeah.
like just melody. Yeah, that slow build.
it. That
There's
the
no
one
rise, there's no
one
climax,
that-
just smooth.
Oh, and then my favorite thing about the whole thing, all these trailers and all these TV spots that we've seen, what do we know about the movie? Nothing.
That it
I love
looks
that.
awesome.
I love that, man.
And I think it's great.
It's
Actually,
a breath
there's
of
only
fresh
one
air.
thing you know, and that's where Finn comes into play. That he was a stormtrooper.
But here's the
crashed,
thing,
and
you
he goes
don't-
you
inside.
don't
That's
know
it.
that.
That's
you
the,
know
I
he
guess
has gear.
that is
That's
the
all
beauty.
That's true.
That is the
Yeah.
beauty.
He
in
has
it.
stole it.
We don't actually know he's a
We don't know
We
shit.
don't know
stormtrooper.
any of the actual story of what's going to happen.
And you know, all movies have gotten to the point where they've had to show us everything just to get us to go. They could have, J.J. Abrams could have put a 5-minute clip of just the Star Wars logo, and we'd still be this excited.
What I want to know is, are they going to do the scroll at the beginning?
Have to.
Yes,
Have
they
to.
Don't have to.
No, yes,
They
they
have
do.
to.
They have to. To be a Star Wars movie, they have to have that.
They don't have to.
Yes.
That's how you feel.
No, they have
That's
to.
how you feel.
That's how you feel.
They have to.
That's how you
It's
feel.
called the Star Wars scroll for a reason.
Yes.
I feel like
That's how you feel.
I think the trailer.
They might have it
Is it still
narrated.
gonna be? Is it still gonna be a long time ago? Like, is it still a long time
Yes.
ago?
Yeah, when do
or
we
is
It's
it-
ever
like
gonna
30
get
years,
today?
30 or 40.
A long time ago in a
When will
galaxy
it be
far,
now?
far away
Soon.
will be the very first thing we see.
But the
Here's
future.
what I want to know: is it all real, and it actually happened in the past,
Absolutely.
and
No.
everything blew up, and then that created the Big Bang, which then eventually created us?
No.
So it actually was.
Here's
long
a-
time
It is our history.
All right. So for Kevin and Sandy, I hate to spoil this for you guys, but the ending, I know the ending.
Well, then
Luke's
you
gonna
keep your
wake
mouth
up, and it's all gonna be a giant dream. There you go.
And he-
That's how Luke's gonna be in the
and
movie.
come to
That's
find
how
out,
Mark
no
Hamill's-
one shot JR.
I don't know. I think for me personally, though, the trailers they did definitely justice. Every single time, the one that they showed that they released on the night the tickets went on sale, the right when the part where Rey says, "There's stories of what happened," and that pause right then. Between her saying that and Han Solo going, it's true.
It's all true.
All of it.
I love that. And then the music kicks in.
Soon that pause, that's when the chills come in, and that whole minute and a half, it's a wrap.
I do want to know how they handle it. I want to know how they handle the whole sweeping the Jedi out of the rug for the last 40 years.
Because Luke was really and truly the only one.
It will depend on...
There's a whole Jedi Order. Where, I mean...
It depends on how they...
I guess I'm thinking of prequels, so...
Yeah, it depends on how Disney handles... the fact that they made all the books legacy.
Well, we did say that Rebels is canon.
Rebels
so
is canon.
So it deals with a lot of that, doesn't it?
But Rebels is old canon.
Yeah,
Rebels is prequel canon. Episodes 1, 2, and 3.
No, I thought it took place after...
There's a lot of wars that
Oh, that's right. It is between
There's a lot of the wars
that
include the Jedi.
Yeah.
But really, after 4, 5, and 6...
There's nothing until you hit the books and everything, and depending on what Disney decides to do. Because at this point in... if we want to do legacy canon, at this point in it, they've had a alien species come from outside the galaxy and almost wipe the Star Wars galaxy off the surface of the Earth. I mean, it's gone.
You John Vaughn right there.
Luke and his son, which I don't know how they're going to handle that, are pretty much the remnants of the Jedi Order. That's it. And then Jaina is she's the sword of the Republic.
Hand or whatever.
Hand or something like that. And that's about it. There is no Jedi Order.
Until you get further and further.
Yeah, until you start getting further in. So I don't know how Disney's going to handle that, because for the most part, it's been hell for the Jedi since episode 7.
I blame them changing it to midichlorians.
Sorry to be
didn't
random.
y'all change, or didn't somebody say that Kylo Ren's saber was made from spare parts?
I've seen
or did he
on
come
that.
and put it together?
Well,
you think it's part of Vader's?
I've heard the hilt's his. Like Kevin.
You're talking
Kylo Ren, how he made his...
Depending on, because I've read Aftermath, and the Order of Ren, they think they find Vader's saber. They don't know if it's his or not, because when somebody sells it to him, they're like, "Is this real?" And he was like, "Oh, this lightsaber's a lightsaber. What do you care?" And they're like, "Okay, well, we're gonna send it back to the source." And I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "What are they talking about?"
It could be anything. Did they go back to Ilum?
But it could be his saber. They do find it, and they have his head.
So he's alternate.
No, depends.
It just depends. These are questions that cannot be answered until the movie. It may not even be answered in this movie.
No,
that's another question too. Like, what all could be done in this movie? And there's going to be, say, 2 more.
I mean, set it up for like, holy shit. Okay.
What Kevin and I think this trilogy is going to be?
The Force Legacy.
Force Legacy, where Jason thinks he's the reincarnation of his grandfather and the Emperor together, and his sister has to kill him. But we'll see.
Is there going to be you think there'll be an Emperor in the movie?
Yeah. Well there's going to be somebody like that.
Yeah,
somebody's influencing.
Somebody's running the show.
Well, but there's not going to be like the.
There might be that Supreme Leader Snoke.
No, there is no. And that may be it.
Yeah.
Googled that real quick, and that may be our prime director per se, whatever.
Mm-hmm. There's fan theories out there that Luke's the new Emperor
because his name is Supreme.
I have no problem believing that. I really don't.
I don't have any problem believing it. I just don't buy it.
I have the pictures that we've seen of what Mark Hamill looks like in the movie. He looks more Jedi-ish than he does.
Okay, I'll say this. Even though Palpatine and Vader are dead, there's still an empire out there. Mm-hmm. So I have no problem believing Luke went to the dark side just to be kind of like an undercover and try to get inside.
I mean, in Legacy canon, he does go that path, but
I'm just saying.
I just don't think that's where they're going.
I'm going to disagree, but hey, it's opinions.
I mean, we'll see. I just don't think that's.
I don't think that's what happened, but I have no problem believing that. Hey, if that's the road they went, I'll be okay with it.
I mean, I'm still in shock with the fact that Chewie's alive. So I mean, I actually genuinely have a hard time with that.
Actually, from the trailer, it looks like he gets straight down.
Yeah. Well, something that I hope comes into play is Darth Maul. Like,
Yeah, and
I would
that's-
love that to come into play.
Well, and Kevin's mentioned to me a couple times Ahsoka. She'd be old at this point, but
Well, she's. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
she's
she's
gonna be in
Darth Vader's apprentice.
Yeah, she's gonna be in
or
Rogue One.
Anakin. Yeah.
She has to be.
but in this story arc, I don't
Yeah,
know.
she'll be old as hell.
She'll be really old, but that doesn't mean she can't be there. And
Yeah.
that is one character that I don't think they expected to be anywhere near as popular as she became. And
Yeah.
she's a great character.
Because once they saw that Anakin had an apprentice, they're like, why have we not ever heard of this?
Yes, and now Maul, because in the Clone Wars they brought Maul
Yeah,
back.
right.
I don't know.
But see, at the
It's
end,
kind of like Star
well,
Destroyer
see,
from the Force Unleashed.
with Maul, you know, when Palpatine gets rid of him, he doesn't kill him.
Yeah,
he's like, I have plans for you.
Yeah.
Like, we'll, you know, and that's the last you hear of it, ever. So he's still alive out there
I would almost
somewhere.
think if we see a Maul, it would almost have to be a clone of Maul.
I don't know.
But we'll see. I mean, that's really hard.
I do know Ray Park as he's trying to push for something Darth Maul,
Yeah.
which I would love to see that.
I would love to
They
see
could
it.
easily
too.
have clones.
It's just
Well,
gonna be
there's
cool
only
when
half
they,
of them at this point.
it's gonna be cool when they use their phasers at Hogwarts, though. That's what I'm gonna be.
Oh, God. This guy.
Stop throwing stuff.
Jeez, man. Come on.
Dick.
But no, I mean, we're all really excited. I wonder why IMAX didn't do anything. Well, you said 3D.
Real 3D paid for that.
They
And-
paid for the rights to
And
do the glasses.
Disney and Real 3D have a very good working relationship, so they probably got first dibs anyway.
So, I got a question though for everybody. How did you get introduced into Star Wars? I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I enjoy
It's a great
I
question.
enjoyed my story. My father. It was the very first time it was televised. I was in Lake Charles, Louisiana. It's like 93, 94. My dad. It was the scene where R2D2 and C3PO are arguing on
In the desert.
in the desert. Within the first 20 minutes of the film, he sits me down. He's like, "Watch this." And I watched it, and that was it. I absolutely loved it.
We'll just go around the room with that. Brooks, your first memory of Star Wars?
It was my uncle. He's only like 7 years older than me, but he was a huge Star Wars fan, and he built like something out of Legos. And I remember as a kid, I was like, "What is this?" He was like, "Oh, hold on." And so we sat there and watched the movie, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Matt.
Matt
I was
born
born
into
into this.
I was born into this. See, that's the thing. I'm with you. I'm bored. I was
born into it.
I was born with the Force.
So, I
It's
was
just
born,
always been there.
I was born in 1980, and I want to say that the
77.
yeah, see, and you know the original Star Wars came out in 77, but was it Return of the Jedi that came out in 80?
No, Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes
Yeah,
Back.
because Return came out in 82 or 83.
Right. But anyways, apparently, I was in the womb. My parents went to see it, and then when the sixth movie, the third movie came out, my parents took me. So it's just always been a presence, and it's one of those things where, like, you know, we didn't have a whole lot of money to go out and buy a bunch of movies, but there were 3 movies that were always there, and it was the VHS of Star Wars. And then of course they rebought them every time they re-released them. I actually still have the gold copy when they released them right before Episode 1 came out. I think my dad had actually bought the 3-disc set with the black and gold.
Did you go to the theater to see him? I don't remember if we did that. No, I did.
We were in high school.
Yeah.
Well, I remember in high school going to see those. I still have an R2D2 full size. Actually, I might even have C3PO. I know I have the R2D2 for sure. A full size stand up from my first job at Publix when Pepsi was. Yeah, Pepsi was all about sponsoring the Episode 1 and doing this and that and doing all kinds of standees for everything. And of course, my name went on that thing as soon as I put it on display. But yeah, I mean, I still have all that stuff. But yeah, it's always been a thing since I was a kid. I remember playing the original Star Wars game on the Super Nintendo.
Rogue Squadron?
No.
No, the side-scrolling
Super Star Wars?
Super Star Wars.
That they just ported over to the PlayStation Store.
I might even still have it up there in the large collection of
Alright.
Star Wars stuff.
Cody?
but-
It was Thanksgiving, 1987. No. No, seriously, I don't really remember an exact time, like Chris has. Just kind of like Matt, like it's just always been a presence in my family. Like I've like my whole family's been into it like as long as I can remember. I don't have like any specific memory of it. I just remember it was always there. I do remember like around the holidays. To me, like holidays always meant Star Wars because it's like every like Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever, you would always find Star Wars on TV, and it was just like a thing, you know. Like we would just get together and watch Star Wars. Man, it's just magical every time. So, anyways,
for me, it was right around because I was born in '79. Apparently, I don't remember this, but when we lived in Germany, one of the first movies I ever saw was the Star Wars movie at a movie theater on the military base. I don't remember that, obviously, but when Jedi came out, I remember my dad, which is one of the few things he few times he ever took me to movie theater. He took me to go see Jedi.
yeah,
And it's just one of those things, like you guys, it's just always been there.
always been there.
And then, I'll never forget, my parents had a hard time getting me to read when I was younger. I didn't want to read anything. And my mother just decided on a whim to buy a Star Wars book. And it was over with. She had to join a book club to be able to afford to keep up with how fast I was reading the books.
I remember you used to read all the books. You had all the books. You
I
had
do.
all the little pewter characters.
Yep. And it's just one of those things where it's not movies for me. It's just there. It's just
some people.
part of life, I hate to say. Or if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. But Star Wars has always been there, and it always will be.
If it didn't cost so much money, I would definitely try to beat my dad's record. He saw the original Star Wars 22 times in theaters.
I don't
I don't
know
know
if
if that's admirable or crazy.
I mean,
Probably admirable back then.
Because I mean, if you think
Probably
about it,
crazy now.
I can't tell you the last time I went to the theaters and didn't spend $20.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the only reason why I can't do it.
well, and I'm proud of the
Wait
fact
till it's in
that,
the dollar.
like Matt said,
Boom.
he's got the VHS, and Matt has this epic collection of Geek stuff. I have.
Every time I come in here, something awesome.
I know. It seems like there's a lot of new stuff.
I'm
nerded
very
out over
proud.
all the Fallout new stuff, and
I'm very proud of my Star Wars video collection. I have the original trilogy on VHS like 4 different times. I have it on Laserdisc. I have it on video CD. I have it on Blu-ray. I'm very, very proud of that. The Laserdiscs aren't even open yet.
Say, you just say Laserdisc?
Yes, Laserdisc.
We used to work at Best Buy.
Yes,
Like
Laserdisc.
back when we used to set end caps with VHS on them.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm talking like I ran media, and I remember putting up end caps where we had to put the DVDs on the top and the VHS on the bottom, and you had 4 little places, and you had actually a pretty cool poster. I've got so many posters from that.
I don't know if Matt came across the Laserdiscs in the warehouse one day. Somebody brought me the Star Wars trilogy on Laserdisc at Best Buy, and it rung up for like $50. And I'm like, I have to have this. I don't even have a Laserdisc player, and I have to have this. I've never.
I remember we used to
That's
find
awesome,
Laserdiscs
though. That is awesome.
under
just
stuff.
under things. And it's like I have records. I have the song that they play in the cantina in the original movie on vinyl. On vinyl. But anyway,
I
Yeah,
actually do have the Star Wars vinyl.
but
Man, let's
to
talk-
Kevin.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Let's get to Kevin.
Sorry.
Sorry.
That's alright.
Star Wars is important to me.
Tangent.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's always been. I can't quite remember. I just remember playing with the Ewok Village, the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Talking about a generational thing. My parents broke all that stuff out, and my niece is playing with it. She's playing with Darth Vader, Luke,
Very
C-3PO.
expensive stuff.
But
Well,
it's-
we played
and-
with ours. They're
yeah,
worthless.
I was gonna say they're worthless now.
I found my Millennium Falcon playset, the big playset
Yeah.
from the 80s. You can't even, if you showed it to someone who knew nothing about Star Wars, as hard as that would be to find, they wouldn't know what it was because it has no paint on it anymore.
Yeah. But
Pieces are broken.
But yeah, it's one of those where the movies. I think Return of the Jedi came out the year I was born, so and my sister was born in '79, so they've already got stuff for her, and so I started playing with it, and it's just always been around.
Yeah, that's how it was because my brother was born in '74,
Yeah.
and he's always had like all that stuff.
Mhm.
You know?
My sister
Like, when I was
hates
little,
Star
I was always playing with his toys,
So-
and Star Wars stuff. So.
Look, I want to move to now how they're promoting and how they're doing stuff. You know, I mean, they're throwing it on everything, cereal and stuff like that. So let's talk.
But that's nothing new.
Stand-up.
Which I know that's not new, but the way they're okay. Two things. The Target commercial. The commercial that Target did was, I thought, amazing.
That was probably the best thing I've seen. Star Wars
that
Shows,
was
like,
really
the guy.
I love the way that
guys watching
starts,
the
man.
kid,
He's like, it's in a galaxy far, far away.
That is about
a long
the best
time
thing
ago.
ever.
But
Yeah,
it's the future.
that because I was like, wow, I was like, you know, because my son is starting to get into like the Clone Wars and stuff and things like that. So, you know, we're gonna get to share that moment, which is gonna be awesome. But
Is he going with us Thursday?
no,
We're gonna share that moment another time.
yeah. I'm gonna have because in the theater, the first time he's like, "Hey, Dad, I gotta go to the bathroom." I'm like, "Hey, you
No. Here's a cup.
yeah, it's over there to the left side. I'll see you here in a little bit." No,
We're horrible people.
no, but I do want to bring up, you know, those are cool commercials, but you know, bring up a little bit of the controversial commercial, the Campbell soup commercial.
That's an awesome commercial, though.
It's a good-
Whoa. Tell
What?
us about this one.
I don't
not
care.
seen it?
You
I
not
don't care
seen
about
the
it.
two
so
dads?
so the guy sitting there, he's feeding the kid, and he's like, "I'm your father. Eat, you know, whatever." And then it pans out, and it shows the other guy. He's like, "Yeah, but I'm also his father."
What they say, and he just butchered that commercial.
Yeah, he
They
did.
literally,
Did
they
Did you just
literally,
butcher it?
yes.
Man, you
That
can
both
watch
of them
the
say,
same
"Look,
thing.
you know, I am
And
your
your
father,"
father.
and then the other guy's like, "But I am also your
Yeah.
father."
Sorry, I didn't do the voice, so I butchered it.
Get it
You
right,
gotta do
man.
the voice, man.
My
Jeez.
fault.
You kind of
Or
took
else
away
it's-
the
Or else
the
it's
essence
just a gay
of-
couple having a kid. Be like, "Hey, you got two dads."
I give Disney
I
and
said I'm your
Campbell's.
father. It's what is
Was
what
it
was I
who
missing?
was it? Who was it that had the mixed couple? Was it Chex? or
It was
Campbell's?
it was cereal. It was a cereal. It was Cheerios.
Cheerios.
I
This
remember
is
that
just
'cause
last
they
year's
had
Cheerios.
yeah, they had an interracial couple, and it was
I
like
give
this big
Disney
thing.
and Campbell's, by extension, tremendous respect for that because that's
Yeah.
something Disney has stayed away from, and they're just going with it with Star Wars. I think it's a great
Walt
opportunity.
Disney's probably rolling around in his grave.
Yeah.
When did Disney? Because I thought Disney always had a day for that stuff
Yeah,
at
but
their place.
they've never been not like with TV commercials.
Yeah,
and
they've never
stuff.
been like
Not
really
since
open
Star Wars is the
acceptance
first
of it.
thing that they're really being open about it.
Which and when I say controversial, I mean, you know, hey, teach his own. I don't.
I know.
really
I was
care.
about to say, let's address that.
Yeah.
real quick.
But no, but it has been brought up. Like some people have some problem with it.
Yeah, it's not even aired.
We could say it would be controversial to like Donald Trump.
because he's
Yeah.
He would know.
Well,
He would
which
totally.
and you know what you were saying, Campbell had the best response. This one lady was like, "I can't believe y'all did this, blah blah. This makes me sick." And it was on social media. I think it was on
Hey,
Instagram.
Campbell's
Same
soup
thing
replied to
happened.
something about,
Yeah.
They
well,
were-
if it makes you sick, have a bowl of soup.
Have a bowl of Campbell
That's
soup.
awesome.
Have a bowl of our hearty Campbell soup. Blah blah blah. And she was like, "I can't." And then she responded back, and they were like, "Well, you know what? You might feel a whole lot better." And they kept on just like, well, hey,
That's awesome.
if
That's
you feel this way
great.
about it, you know, have some soup. Give us your address. We'll send you some free soup. Like, they had a good response.
more.
I mean, there have been some great commercials, and it's you know,
Muy props to them.
I still think
but
that-
that's been the only one that I think has really been somewhat controversial. Has been that one. The rest of them have been really. With the Battlefront one, would that
Even
count?
I know I've seen because that's geared towards a specific product, but those Battlefront commercials are really good though.
Yeah.
But would those
Like the
count
one where
towards
the guy's
movie?
like having all the memories of his
No,
best friend growing up, and then like the
Yeah.
X-wing comes
Sure.
up,
Sorry,
and
that's
he
what
just
man.
throws the chair through
I
the
don't
window.
know if I'd
Awesome.
tie that specifically to the movie, but it is getting wrapped up in that because of the time. Because you know that was the only video game allowed to exist after the purchase.
Well, did they plan?
Yeah.
I mean, they had to have planned it to where the game come out close to the movie.
You know, I
I
kind of
don't
want
know
to
that
get it on, I
DICE-
kind of want to get it on the PC now just to try that one mod that makes it look just like the original
Man,
movie.
it looks so good. I was like, just saw pictures of it. I was like,
Like they need to make that mod public. I
Really?
want that.
yes.
You know, Brooks, I don't know if DICE, when they started making that game, actually ever thought they'd finish it, to be
Yeah.
honest, because it was one of those ridiculously large
Yeah.
scopes. But once Disney got involved, I bet you they were told, we need this, buy this. And, you know, that's fine. I think you had asked, Brooks, that if we would see a Force Awakens update. I don't think we will.
I don't think you will.
Because the only reason that game...
Ah,
Oh yeah,
but
when the movie
wrong.
comes out.
They already have. I was just on. You know, when I logged in this morning, it said free DLC and it said fight on Jakku, which is the new planet. So
Really?
Never mind.
That's
'Cause
what it
that's
said.
so-
That's what it says
yeah.
downstairs right now.
That surprises me because one of
Download
the
it. Suzuki home.
And that's the new planet. That's
Battlefront.
that's the new planet, right?
Yeah.
Jakku, am I saying it right?
that surprises me because one of the executives from DICE said one of the only reasons they were allowed to continue making that game was it was only the original trilogy and nothing else. So I mean that's great. I think that's
Apparently they're adding it.
well.
my
That's
favorite
It's-
Battlefront
Here,
commercial.
I just googled Jakku. It says Star Wars Battlefront updates. Battle of Jakku arrives next month.
My favorite commercial for
Has you ever played Battlefront?
me.
Is it?
I've
I
done
was
some
playing
of
it
it.
this
It's
morning.
it's fun. It's but
I was dogfighting this morning.
you have
Is it cool?
to go
It's
into
pretty.
it knowing that it's
It's
just
pretty.
Yeah,
it's literally just a first person shooter. That's
yeah, it's
like that's
That's
such a
all it is.
horrible.
yeah,
thing.
like see you play Call of Duty, but you mainly only play zombies. You don't go online and do the whole like
like you don't give a shit about the story. You just want to go
Domination,
kill
so,
zombies.
Yeah.
mhm.
Well, this you already know the story. You've
They don't
seen the
even
story
try
a
to tell
million
it.
times.
This is literally just I'm just gonna jump in and go
You're
shoot
just
some
jumping
people.
in the middle of the fight.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, see, because everyone, people have been talking shit about the
But
games.
but I will say this: every time I do play it, I do have a good time playing it.
Well, and that's all that's important.
But does it take
Yeah,
me away
it's
from
like-
Fallout? No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's like when I played the demo. It was fun to play.
Well,
You
yeah.
know,
I didn't enjoy the demo.
So,
I thought it was okay.
You're about to join some split screen.
I mean, but the demo, it was so limited. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So
But I mean, it was still fun to play.
so everybody
Like, just if
listen.
you want to run out and shoot stuff.
Everybody listen. We're probably gonna do a show after the movie.
Immediately after.
Yeah,
We're gonna be like,
because we are.
sweating and
There's
shivering,
a
like,
couple.
I gotta talk about this.
There's a couple of us that are taking the day off. We're gonna be in line waiting, having
I'm not
receipts,
because my seats are reserved.
all that other stuff.
Good for you.
Good
Uh,
for you. We'll be watching
We're
it in
gonna go see it in
IMAX.
IMAX.
We're gonna see it
IMAX.
together.
And we're gonna see it properly.
No,
Properly.
you
I'm
know,
gonna enjoy it with a maker's mark in my hand.
That's
Chris's-
okay. I can drink before I go.
In Chris's defense,
We
We
can
can
take Maker's
drink-
Mark.
yeah, I was saying, we
This
can
ain't gonna be
drink one.
$10.
in Chris's defense, he is going to see the movie with his father, and
That's
we
the main reason why.
cannot fault him for that.
No, we're not. We're
I'm not
not.
faulting him for
I
it,
actually-
but
actually,
I am gonna jab
I
him
told
a couple
him
of
about
times.
my seat.
Hey, he's the one that tried to put it in our face that his seats were reserved.
Yeah.
He
We
started
Yeah,
it.
I'm
know he's
worried
gonna
about
try to
now.
see it 20 times, so it's not like it makes that much of a
There
difference.
you go.
Boom. Yeah. So everyone, listen out for that. We hope you enjoyed. Social media, follow us, talk to us, say hey to us. If you disagree with anything we say,
Hey.
tell us.
Hello.
I mean, we enjoy social media.
Yeah, until next time.
Media.
Hey.
No.